Author's instructions for using the video camera JVC Ls300 Author and developer, Sasha S. The JVC Ls300 camera is equipped with a JVC Altisens 4K CMOS sensor and Super 35mm format for an adapter for Canon F and an M4 mount 3. The ND filter is covered with glass from the outside, followed by the ND matrix, so any contamination is easily erased from the glass, and the matrix is not in danger. The camera has ISO range and aperture range settings for all modes. Shutter speed adjustment, stepwise, shutter adds 50-100-120-250-500, etc., or stepwise, shutter adds 1 each, customizable zebra, color focus illumination, grid, focus area increase, convenient white balance and much more. The main advantage of the JVC Ls300 camera is very accurate color and white balance, good dynamic range, low bitrate at 4K 70MB section. The JVC Ls300 camera is mainly designed to shoot from a tripod. The logic of controlling the camera will seem very simple if you divide it into 3 main modes and 2 values for each mode. The main modes of operation with the camera: auto mode, full mode is fully automatic mode. Auto mode preset mode is automatic and manual mode. Auto mode off mode is fully manual mode. The 2 mode values in the menu are automatic and manual. The camera function preset auto menu contains the camera settings that are configured for manual mode or for automatic mode. To select any manual mode, we set everything accordingly to SWCEED, 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 SWSet. In the text below, by analogy with the traffic light for clarity, green works, red does not work. White balance, in auto mode full mode, the white balance is on the machine. In auto mode preset mode, the main menu camera function preset auto white balance FA, setting a full automatic white balance, and the WHAT BAL, BAPRST buttons do not work, and if you set it to SWSet, manual, the white balance becomes adjustable with the WHAT BAL, B switches APRST, and BA, switches, as usual, are configured with a large AWB9 button for themselves. 2 modes, you can use 2 lenses, and PRST, just, as usual, this is a white balance machine. In the auto mode off mode, the switch is down, we adjust the buttons from the switches WHAT BAL, BAPRST. One of the buttons BA or PRST can be assigned a white balance on the machine, usually it is PRST, function. Video cameras FA select one switch from BAPRST, or none. For the remaining switches B and A, to adjust the temperature of the white balance, in kelvins, press the AWB9 button, do not hold, the white balance will be adjusted in 5 to 10 seconds. Preferably on a white canvas, and works only for manual modes BAPRST, and will be displayed on the display. ISO settings, in auto mode full mode, with the AE level button, if you hold the pause until AE is highlighted on the screen, you switch either to 0 exposure or to a configurable one. With a configurable exposure, pressing AE level and not holding it, you can adjust the exposure level with the plus or minus buttons, while simply lowering the ISO and its level is stored in the camera. The gain L, M, H buttons do not work, since the ISO is automatic. In auto mode preset mode, ISO. If the ISO is set to SWSet in the settings, we adjust the buttons from the gain LMH switches. If ISO is set to AGC in the settings, then the gain L, M, H buttons do not work, since ISO on the machine. By pressing AE level and not holding, you can adjust the exposure level with the plus or minus buttons. ISO 400,640,800, which can be changed to 640, 1000, 1600 for convenience. Main menu camera function gain LMH respectively. In auto mode off mode, the gain LMH switches work, which correspond to ISO 400,640,800 values. These values can be changed in the menu. If there is not enough illumination to adjust the white balance, you need to switch the lever over what BAL to B or A in auto mode off and press the LX3 button, maximum ISO, then press the AWB9 button, white balance setting 5 seconds. Now you can return to any mode, for example auto mode full, while the white balance will be held. Shutter adjustment. Auto mode full shutter mode fully automatic shutter mode, shutter button adjustment is not available. Auto mode preset shutter speed, automatic and manual mode correspond in preset auto settings to EEI, auto, and SW set, manual, respectively. If the shutter on preset auto is set to EEI, auto, the shutter adjustment with the shutter button is not available. If the shutter is on preset auto on SW set, manual, then shutter adjustment with the shutter button is available. Auto mode off shutter mode is fully manual mode, shutter button adjustment is available. Main menu camera function shutter, variable shutter adds 1, step by step adds 50-100-120-250-500, etc. Aperture adjustment, iris AM button. Auto mode full mode is fully automatic, the iris AM button is not available. Auto mode preset, iris AM button setting in the preset auto menu. Manual mode, iris AM button is available. Automatic, the iris AM button is not available. Auto mode off mode is fully manual mode. The iris AM button is available. Zebra setting, zebra button 5, main menu, LCD 6, support. Shooting. Zebra, setup, works in all modes. I have a zebra setting, 9890, highlights only very over illuminated areas. We set up the zebra button is the most angular to the viewfinder, and it's easy to find it. The zebra backlight shows the level of excess exposure illumination. A small level of excess exposure does not particularly affect the picture as a whole, and it can be neglected, so I like the zebra level setting from 90% to 95%. By doing this, I achieve better visibility, so that the zebra does not overlap the exposure and only shows the exposure illumination from 90% to 95%, in a small amount of space. Tip: zebra adjustment depends on the parameters, ISO gain, iris, aperture, shutter. For convenient operation with zebra, the auto mode off mode is suitable, and auto mode preset mode. For auto mode off, the gain LMH switches work, which correspond to ISO 400,640,800 values. The iris AM button is available, the shutter button is available. For auto mode preset, if ISO is set to SW set in the settings, the gain LMH switches work, which correspond to ISO values 400,640,800. If preset auto is set in the menu setting, manual mode is set, the iris AM aperture button is available. If the shutter on preset auto is set to SW set, manual, a shutter button is available. In auto mode full mode, the AE level button can only adjust the exposure level, ISO, with the plus or minus button, which is not very convenient, but if only the auto mode full auto mode is enabled, then this is the only way to adjust the zebra. It turns out that it is convenient to work with zebra. For auto mode off mode, you do not need to adjust anything. For auto mode preset mode, ISO, gain, is set to SW set. Iris AM aperture set to SW set. Shutter set to SW set. The most convenient mode of operation is, auto mode full mode is fully automatic mode, since it allows the camera to change the factory settings already optimally selected on the go, when we shoot outdoors for a long time and the illumination changes over time, and so that the ISO, gain, does not get high. In the camera settings for ISO, gain, we set a limit of 800 to reduce the noise level. Before shooting, we adjust the exposure level for the zebra, select the ND filter, if the zebra goes off scale, and set the aperture corridor 5,6-1,2. As a result, when the illumination changes, the ISO changes in the corridor of 400,640,800 and tends to return to the value of 400 automatically. The shutter Shutter is automatically adjusted by the last parameter. In this shooting mode, the main thing is the correct adjustment of AE level by Zebra. Viewing videos, C.Review. C.Review 4 stands for clip review, C again, 4. The 4 is the number of the user button to transfer to another button. Fig 4 deleting videos, hold the mode button until the screen with the contents of the map appears, then click Zebra 5, down through the menu we are looking to delete one or more videos. Videos with the window label are deleted. Custom buttons, through the sign, digit, the numbers added to the name of the button are indicated by the numbers of user buttons to which another button can be transferred. For example, on the F.Assist1 button, Focus Assistant, we set face recognition. For example, next to the big record button there is a Rec 7 button, replace it with the button F.Assist1 serves to highlight the focus color, blue. Go to the menu, the function of the video camera obsolete uses, we move to User 7, User button 7, Rec 7, and give it the button number 1 F.Assist1, auxiliary focus. Next, exit the menu. Setting the black level in the shadows, main menu the process of the video camera main.black. We adjust from -50 to +50, adding a plus to make the shadows lighter. Optimally +2, plus means lightening. Color matrix adjustment, main menu video camera process WDR, off, or color matrix natural, cinema is welcome, cinema is bright, ITU 709. Natural is brighter in terms of lighting. About coding, if we compare video equals cinema, video equals standard and UFCH, then the video cinema has a darker range compared to all, and UFCH has the best study of dark places. The light areas are all equal. Conclusion, the best codec of the three is UFCH. 4K codec with 17-bit SEC gives a visible and noticeable difference in detail. Sound, a mono XLR microphone is included with the camera. XLR means that the microphone has 3-pin connectors for input to input 1 or input 2, respectively. Both audio channels input 1 and input 2 are monophonic, and to get a stereo signal, you need 2 XLR microphones connected to input 1 and input 2, while CH1 is connected to input 1 and CH2 is connected to input 2, and after that we put status, menu thumb, in the menu mouth.audio monitor stereo. When connecting the microphone to the XLR connector input 1 and, accordingly, the switches on the sound handle CH1 CH2 will also be connected to input 1, it becomes possible to distribute the monophonic audio signal into 2 channels. Look at the picture below. Photo example of connecting a microphone included. Next, in the camera, when one microphone is connected, most often, we put status, menu thumb, in the menu mouth.audio monitor mix, so that the monophonic signal from the input 1 channel is divided into 2 channels. When connecting the microphone to the XLR connector input 2, the mono signal from the microphone cannot be divided into 2 channels, so the input 2 connector is used only as an addition to the input 1 connector to create a stereo signal with 2 microphones. Any new XLR microphone that supports 48-volt power is required to pass a decibel test, that is, sensitivity. We connect the new microphone and the included one and set the stereo mode. Adjust the sensitivity level, look at the sound level on the monitor, of the new microphone to the complete one in decibels. By default, the included microphone is set to a 50 dB level in the camera. Most often, new microphones have a high sensitivity. The included microphone does not differ in signal quality, and for new microphones it is necessary to set the sensitivity level lower, for example 38 dB. The stereo microphones integrated into the camera for channels CH1 and CH2 are switched on by INT switches and audio input is set to mic. We look at the sound level and the scheme with the status button, at the bottom under the zebra. The sensitivity level of the microphone included with the camera is set as follows: main menu mouth. Audio. Input 1 REF mic. Choose from 62, 56, 50, 44, 38, 32 dB. The smaller the more sensitive the microphone. Manual adjustment of the microphone level or auto is set as follows. Main menu mouth. Audio, auto on sound switch. Or auto on sound auto. If it is set to auto sound on off, then you can switch the microphone level on the handle with the buttons, both for manual level adjustment and for automatic. If set to auto sound on auto, switching to manual mode does not work. Switching to mono mode, main menu system mouth. Recordings LPSM, quiet time, stereo mono. To switch from stereo mode to mono for sound recording, it is enough to switch the CH2 channel on the handle from input 2 to input 1, while only the microphone on the CH1 channel will work in the mono signal. From the first microphone will be divided equally into two channels, the second microphone will turn off, while it is not necessary to switch to mono in the menu mode. Main menu system mouth. Recordings LPSM, quiet time, stereo, we leave it like this. Oral audio monitor, the monitor is used for listening only through headphones and does not affect stereo mono recording. 1 stereo 2. Mix channels are mixed. 3 CH1 we hear 1 channel 4. CH2 hear channel 2 auto sound or manual, main menu mouth. Or in mouth. Audio. Auto on. Sound switch. Switch auto. Switch. This means manual setting of the sound recording level and auto automatic setting of the sound recording level. Automatic setting of the sound recording level automatically raises the noise level at low volume. The volume in the headphones is adjusted by the plus or minus button, see figure 4. The sound recording level monitor is turned on off by the status button. Camera warning signal about low battery and other reasons, main menu mouth. Or in mouth. Audio. Pre-sign, low high off, the level of the warning signal. I have, low. Importing videos from the camera, we insert the cable into the camera and give permission from the camera to switch to copy mode to the computer. After the procedure is over, we stop the port on the computer and disconnect the cable. The camera will automatically understand everything and switch to the desired mode. Setting up autofocus support in the camera menu is only possible with the lens on and connected. Main menu video camera function support. AF off, or square, or closer on. Which lenses are better and how they work, via the Canon F Metabones adapter to Micro Four 3T. MB_FM43BT2. The Canon f16 to 35mm f4L is USM lens. When recording, the sound of autofocus is heard. The sound of changing the aperture, on the contrary, is not heard at all, so turn off autofocus, put the aperture on the camera on auto. All functions of the lens work stably and reliably. Ideal for auto mode, as it does not make noise with the diaphragm. Stabilization works, suitable for indoor and outdoor shooting. Canon 70-200 f4L IS2 USM lens. The sound of automatic aperture change, autofocus, and stabilizer is not audible. Both autofocus and manual focus work perfectly. Focusing stops only when the object is stationary and the illumination does not change, so for scenes with productions, use manual autofocus, while there is the possibility of manual zooming through the ring without losing focus over the entire range. You can also focus through the swing on the camera. The first position of the stabilizer works on all axes, battery consumption is higher. The second position works only horizontally, for a tripod. The third position, stabilization on all axes only for photo mode after pressing the start button and is not used for video. High power optics. Lenses Samyang XP 14mm f2.4 and Samyang XP 50 and 35mm f1.2. When recording, the sound of a step-by-step change of aperture is heard. The sharpness is ideal for 4K. Samyang XP 50mm and 35mm f1.2 have no angular distortion and have excellent detail. The only negative is the weight. The zoom works on the swing on the camera handle. The camera lens XP 14mm f2.4 requires precise adjustment of the horizon. Start shooting automatic mode. 1. We put a tripod and adjust the level. without a camera, so that the horizon does not change during rotation. 2. We set the automatic mode on the camera. In the settings the maximum ISO should be at 800. 3. We set the ND filter to off. 4. Exposure correction should be from -2 to -3. AE level, correction level, is held until on or off. On scenes with lighting we turn on -2. End of shooting. The main thing is to turn off the camera first and remove the battery from the camera. To avoid excessive heat, if you forget to turn off or accidentally turn on the camera, never leave the battery on the camera if it is in a closed bag.